Okay, we're back. And keep this rolling. Last time we got through the section called Path of the Dead, where we were exploring the ruins nearby, had to fight some Trinity guys. And basically, we figured out what we need to do next in the story. So basically, we just took a huge loop around Kawakiaku and then came all the way back. And then we got to go back to the ruins. So there's one mural we missed, and I think it's inside the ruins. And that's the last thing we need to get that we can get right now before leaving this area. Yep, see, we're still on Path of the Dead, technically. We missed a couple relics over here, too. I wonder when that happened. That's alright. We'll probably go back and do all these odds and ends, like, later. Alright, now when we left off, we have like 5 skill points. Might as well start getting some stuff upgraded here. I think we can only upgrade one thing, but I think we decided it was going to be on the left. So, number 2. And then we'll be getting another skill point shortly. Trying to think what's next. There isn't a lot of enemies next, if I remember correctly. So, what's this? Enemies. I'll just leave what I have on, because it's just a bunch of platforming coming up from what I recall. We're not fighting anything, but we're not, like, doing nothing. I always find this goofy. This pops up, wait, streaming or whatever. It's like it knows that we were streaming this game. Let me talk to this guy real quick. Maybe I'll get...
I can hear them calling from under the earth. The voices. The old gods.
Maybe you just need to rest.
No. See for yourself. See where the breath of the gods rises from the womb of the earth. Listen to their pained howls.
I hadn't noticed that. Where is this breath?
You'll see. You'll hear it. Perhaps you can ease their suffering.
I have found that in this game, if you talk to some people in the town, they'll like tell you where things are, like pickups and stuff. So keep that in mind. There's like 2 big towns where you're gonna see people. We haven't gotten to the second one yet, but
Jonah?
We're downstairs.
How can he hear me from that far away? Alright, I'm not gonna go down there just a second. Because I missed this. Here we go. I knew it. I knew this last mural was in this building somewhere. Alright. So now we can go downstairs. So now the only thing we're missing is that monolith. Which we can't get until we upgrade our
Hey,
proficiency in the
been down
language
there?
more.
we were waiting for you. What do you think we'll find?
The mural showed a series of trials. I may know another way around. Okay, I'll go ahead, meet you on the other side.
Another way around? Like, if we could have just gone around, why didn't we just do it that way? I don't know. Sometimes some of this stuff doesn't make any sense. Okay, I think we're just gonna have to fall down. Ooh, good thing there's water down there. You know, it's a good thing that we're actually in, like, the Amazon. Technically, I mean, we're by the equator, right? All this because of the Amazon being nearby. So, because of that, it's really warm. Really, really warm here. Very humid and very warm. Because I remember in, like, Rise of the Tomb Raider, we were in the fucking, frozen tundra just about in Russia, Siberia, and I remember going in the water there. That must have been cold as hell. Like, that's the last thing you want to deal with is you have to swim and it's freezing ass cold. That was one of the reasons you didn't really swim in the last game. Oh, shoot. I don't think there's anything down here we can get. In terms of, like, survival cache or anything like that. A lot of the stuff you're just gonna find along the way. Like, I think we can go down here. I think there's something down here. Ah, gold. Oh, I gotta get back up here.
Jonah, I've come out in some sort of cavern. There are signs that people have been here. Jonah?
Whenever I play games like this, like in Uncharted, it's always you're always expecting some big character to die at some point, right? Especially near the end of a series, because
Jonah, if you can hear me, I think I'm still on the path at the spider trial. I'm gonna get to the top.
I'm not gonna try to like spoil anything, but if there was a character in here you thought was gonna die, it would probably be Jonah. But again, if you haven't played this before, stay tuned and to find out what happens with him. If you have, I mean, you already know what's gonna happen. So, but I found this had a very similar feeling about when I was playing the Uncharted series with some characters too. Like I was like, oh man, this character's gonna get killed off. Like I don't know. It's just, I don't know. After you play games like this, big cinematic adventures, they always try to throw in like big, you know, moments where these characters, you get so invested in them, and then they're just gonna kill them off. Either they do or they don't, but it's always looming in the back of my mind, like, oh, they might kill this character off, and if they do, I mean, if they do, it's not a huge deal, but it's like I'm prepared for it, you know. Plus, it's always interesting to me to see how they would kill a character off. Like when they killed off Roth in the first game, I mean, that was kind of a big deal. Oh. Thank you for the hint. Hell's over there? Oh, that's the way I got over to. Okay, never mind. I'm losing my goddamn mind. Nice. Yeah, when they killed Roth off, that was a big shock because he was the one that like taught Lara all of the survival things. Which totally added to the seriousness and how quickly
Incredible.
she needed to adapt.
Jonah, I'm at the next trial, the Eagle. It has something to do with the wind.
I'm still tracking west, heading downward now. There's an underground river.
Especially when she was in a pinch, right? So, you know, it ultimately was like, okay, well now you don't have anybody to help you through this anymore. It's just you. You got to figure out what the hell to do. So now it's basically it helped turn her into the Tomb Raider she was. Without, you know, she has some help, but a lot of this stuff she's like doing on her own.
What's at the end of these trials? The hidden city, but what else? I hope Jonah's all right.
You always wonder too, because like, you know, Lara's a girl and Jonah's a guy. Like if they'd ever would get together or whatever, sometimes it kind of seems like, you know, they're friends, but it seems like there's something else there. But spoilers, no, they don't ever get together or anything like that. I don't think that was. They're just like friends, and it's just the way they wanted to keep it, which is fine. You don't need to have a romantic interest in every single game with a girl. If anything, it makes it more interesting because you expect there to be a romantic interest, and if there isn't, it's like, oh, okay. That's new. Alright, so there isn't much we have to get around here, right? We've got one document, one mural, and I think it's during this trial we have to do here. Man.
Impossible. I can't carry anymore.
That's getting to be the most annoying part of this, is that every time I get close to a resource and I push X, it tries to pick it up, and most of the time I'm full, because I have an overabundance of items.
Standing after centuries of earthquakes and storms.
Alright, we're gonna go down this way. I'm always so jealous of these protagonists that are scaling walls and stuff, just because of how fit they are.
The right way up.
You know, they can like hold their body weight up and this, that, and the other thing, and I'm over here thinking to myself, man, I can't even do that. Like, if I was like in a pinch, you know, you'd have to think of how actually strong is Lara to be able to like stay hanging on these ledges. And I mean, she's a pretty small girl, but clearly she's not. She's pretty strong too. Okay, clearly there is a place to stick. I see. But I'm always so envious, like, oh man, I wish I could, like, if I ever had to, like, climb along things and scale stuff, like, I would never be able to do it. But again, this isn't it's supposed to be an accurate depiction of what's going on. It's just, it just looks good visually. Because I'm pretty sure Lara would have to be pretty strong, like, so much stronger if she was gonna actually be able to pull off some of these feats of strength. Okay. So, boom.
This looks promising. Magnificent.
I want to make sure I didn't miss any pickups out here. It doesn't look like it. I think it's all in the next little section. Alright, we gotta jump on one of these ladders. Alright, we gotta jump onto this. Whoa, shit. Jesus. Up.
Got it.
Alright. And we can climb up here. Oh, shit. I forgot it was on a timer. Ugh. I accidentally took a nap before recording this. Like for a while. I'm still yawning a little bit. I hate that. I really gotta stop doing that. Come home from work and I just like get comfy on the couch, just pass out. It really messes up my sleeping too, because I'm trying to get to bed at a decent hour, but I'm not. By the time I should be going to sleep, I'm not tired because I took that nap. So it's like, oh, I just got rejuvenated or whatever, refreshed. Oh, I'm not tired anymore. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna do that again. Alright, once this thing leaves, I can pull myself up. Alright, let's go, 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 go. There we go.
That was close.
Could you have walked any slower? Like, for real. She could have walked so much faster. Alright, there's something down here. completing these stories in the log, which is good. So I think now we're just missing a mural, right? Yeah, okay. We'll find it, don't worry. It's not like it's super duper hidden. I got 100% on everything in this section. The last time I played this. So what we gotta do is we gotta shoot this and attach this to pull that off. Now there's a thing here. We gotta pull this.
This might work.
And then we gotta stick it here.
Yes, that'll hold.
Now we gotta shoot this again. Look at that. That's what we call problem solving right there.
The ladder should turn out.
That's how we problem solve. Pretty sure there's nothing up here, but
Got to find another way up.
oh, Jesus. God damn. Oh shit, I just died. I hit B too many times. Idiot. Oh, damn, I hit jump, come on. There we go. Fuck. God. Mother of God. If I was trying to do a no death run, boys, is that pretty much over, huh? We just gotta get up, 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 up quickly. Alright. The platforming in this game isn't the easiest either. So, honestly, if you didn't die in this game at all, that's pretty good, I would say. That's pretty impressive. But that's not what we're aiming to do, at least in this playthrough. Maybe someday, but I don't foresee. It's just gonna be hard if I ever do a run like that. It's just, again, it adds more replayability for a game like this, but shit. Come on. Gotta hit, perfectly tap these button presses. Alright, we're at the top.
Huracan, face to face in a temple built in your honor.
That's where we need to get to. Thank you, white paint.
Careful. Shit, shit.
I want to know how she grabbed that exactly, because there was like no real good grab points there.
Jonah? I'm past the Eagle Trial. I must be close to the hidden city.
Take that. Ah, see, there's that mural. I knew that all of this stuff was really easy to find, so you shouldn't have any trouble if you're using this as kind of a guide to collect everything. Anything down here? If anything, I'm just looking for those little containers to knock over. Help get us experience. Oh, that just gets us back up to where we were if we needed to backtrack, which we do not. Oh man, I remember this part first time around took me forever to figure out. Like, it was not very clear where you needed to go. Because it's like this, we actually need to scale this wall right here, but like that white paint is so faded and dimmed, like you would have no idea where to go. If you like compared to the white paint in other spots, like I was just like, where the hell do I need to go? And again, they have like this right here, you know, to backtrack your way down there, but I never had to go back, so from this point we're just about to everywhere we need to be.
Jonah? The view up here is amazing. The hidden city must be near.
Laura, I made it through. I'm entering a cavern.
Jonah? Damn.
Well, I see where they tell us the trial of the eagle. Wait, didn't we already do the trial of the eagle? Oh, we already did. I mean, technically, this could be still considered the trial of the eagle, because now we gotta basically wrap around this entire, like basically fly in the air. Well, not really fly, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh man, look how close we are on our skill points. Like that should have been a level up right there. Oh, that'd have been perfect. Then I could have, you know, leveled another thing up right there. Oh well, you can't get everything you want. Alright, this is gonna be crazy. Barely made that. We're halfway there.
Got to be more careful.
I don't know how much more careful we could have been. Seriously, like, this isn't like it's, you know, swinging on the monkey bars at recess. This is like if you... Oh, Jesus, we get... I know.
That was close.
Yeah, it's not like if we miss that, we're dead. And we can only do that one time because that one gave way. Alright, technically we're in the hidden city because we just got something towards the challenge. We should be able to get all 4 high dives in this section. Or, well, before we need any upgrades, but we already have all upgrades, so it's not a real big deal. Alright, so now that we're in a completely new area, technically we're in the hidden city now. So we'll be keeping, there'll be a bunch of crypts we can do, a bunch of all kinds of stuff. I did find some areas don't open up until we do certain side quests or get back to where we further on in the story. So I learned that the hard way. So I'm going to try not to waste a lot of time by doing too much exploration, especially in places we can't really explore.
Jonah, I may have found it. The hidden city. I'm gonna look for the statue with the silver eye.
Oh, a llama. There's actually an achievement to pet a llama 5 times. It's kind of goofy. Take your gold. Ah, we can actually pull this open too now. In order to do this, you need to get this. This is the thing we use to zip our way across the rope. But you have to buy that from a merchant.
I don't have enough space for that.
Yeah, I would highly recommend if you want to get through the game and find everything on one run, do it in New Game Plus, because you can just get it whenever you want if you get all your upgrades appropriately in your first playthrough. You don't have to worry about, like, oh, I can't get this yet because whatever, and then you find out you have to backtrack. It's like, well, I mean, not saying that backtracking in this game isn't fun, but it's like, you know. Can get a little tedious if you're like, oh, why do I have to do this? Ooh, there's another one. This, I think, is just to get more resources. And to get a journal. We got over here. Oh, this is a crypt, I think. And a survival cache. Pretty sure is over here. Oh, I know what's over here. This is a wolf's den. Which you don't really need to go to, but I think there's a crypt over here too. So we're gonna go piss off the wolves. Yeah, see, there's like a wolf right here. We're going in here to piss off the wolves. I know there's a crypt around here too. Where the hell is that? we're going in here. I don't quite know how I got that, but alright. I don't know if we no damaged anybody, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, again, I never really found an issue
Impossible.
with
I can't carry anymore.
the rare animal hides either in this, because you don't, I don't know, either they gave me so much, or I have no idea. Again, I didn't really need to craft anything in this game for general use. Ah, there's the, okay, I thought there was a crypt nearby, and a survival cache apparently we haven't got to yet. Take that gold, yo. This might be an underground crypt if I remember. Oh no, I know where. That's right. Okay. I thought I had to go over there. Now I gotta get up there to jump over. These llamas. Here we go. Alright, we gotta get 3 of those. There are quite a few challenges in the hidden city we have to do. A couple of them are... At least one of them was very cryptic. One of them I just stumbled across, and I probably would never have gotten it if I didn't accidentally do it. And a couple of these are really easy. Like the swan dive one is pretty easy. The feathers is really easy because there's plenty of those around. But a couple of these are pretty difficult, pretty hard to find unless you know what you're looking for. We'll be doing one of them's like we got to grab onto those little hook type things we just used during that section a few minutes ago. But instead of, you know, going from like one to the next, we just pull these down. Well, there's 3 of them in the whole city. Well, it's a pretty big city. It's not easy to find out where this stuff is.
Okay, water
You just got to
looks
get
deep
lucky
enough.
and keep your eyes peeled. Again, this game just really wants you to keep your eyes open for what. Pay attention to your surroundings. Use survival instincts almost all the time. To figure out challenges and get pickups and all that jazz. Going down the stairs. Yeah, I know. I probably could have fallen down, but you know what? We'll get to where we need to go. Makes sense, right? Big circle with dudes around it. There would be a survival cache here. It's missable though. I'll give you that. I think it's kind of annoying too, to be honest, that in order to get 100% completion in this game, you have to get all of the survival caches. Like, I think that's a little obnoxious. As, again, some of these you'll just stumble across and they're relatively obvious where they are, but like some of these you can't even, like, if you miss one, in order to get 100%, you have to completely backtrack to go get it again. Like if I had missed that, I would have to come all the way back into this crypt and come get this damn thing again. It's kind of annoying. And I know people might say, okay, well, you don't have to 100% complete this. Like, well, yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I don't get as much satisfaction or fulfillment if I don't finish it, you know. 100%. I think I might have to go back down there, but we'll see. No, I do not. Or yes, I do. See, look at all this stuff that just appeared. We missed a document here. We missed a few things over here. See all this stuff? Like, look at it. Look at this giant cloud. This is the hidden city, right? Like all of this. It's part of the hidden city. Like, it's huge, this hidden city. Like, I'd say the hidden city is at least about 2/3 of the game, just about. Maybe, well, maybe not 2/3. A good third. How about what we'll say? The only purpose to come down here is to get that that survival cache. The only reason to come down here. Again, very missable. If you didn't even think to go down there. A lot of these have branching paths, so you're like, let's go this way. And sometimes that's the way to progress, and sometimes you can't even go back. You know, it's like, oh, shoot. Although I think it's pretty safe to say if you... Sure there's no caches here. Okay. Sometimes it's pretty safe to say, hey, you see this giant beaming light, maybe that's the exit. But because we're in a crypt, it's like... You'd have to go back into the crypt, and then you'd have to come back into here. I mean, yeah, doing this just saves time. Jeez, could they have made this any darker?
Someone else has been here recently.
It's just gold. I have to use the survival instincts a few times in here because, again, I can't see anything. It's so dark. Like, I understand this is so dark to see. It's ridiculous. Alright, I think we're good. Jesus.
Here's what I've been looking for.
Manko's boots. Alright, let's make sure we got everything in here. It appears so. So let's just get the hell out. Try not to touch these bodies. Alright, now we're back at the start. Let's get the hell out of here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh yeah. Alright, we gotta go this way. Ooh. I don't think I went this way before. No, we can't go over there. Alright. Just a little alcove. Alright, so we've got a survival cache up here, I guess? Oh no, it's over this way. So I'm trying not to... There's gotta be a cutscene, if depending on where we go. So I'm trying to avoid this cutscene. But we might not be able to at this point. Ah, here it is.
Who's there? I don't have enough space for that.
Oh, I know what we need to do.
Almost. Hello? I can hear you. Hello? I can help you.
Get back! You don't belong here!
Listen, I know it hurts,
Whoa!
Trinity.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, that was pretty damn good by Lara. Oh, wait.
Who are you? What's your purpose here?
I'm a researcher. Lara Croft.
They'll be back. We must find safety. Bring her.
Put a bag on her head. Cover up her pretty face. Which, hey, that's... Can't deny.
You're not
She...
only my son, you're my heir. You must not court unnecessary danger.
She does look
Had you not
good.
been there, would this woman have found us? I'm glad you're safe. If you're not with the cult, how did you find this place?
I followed a map from a temple. I was expecting ruins, not you or any of this. The cult. Why did they attack your son? I recognize their insignia. I know them as Trinity. I'm trying to stop them.
Stop them from doing what?
They're looking for an artifact. Some sort of box connected to a moon goddess.
Why do you want it? To steal it? Sell it.
No. I just can't let Trinity, the cult, get to it first. They're too dangerous.
Why? What have they done to you?
They killed my father. Can I show you something? Do you know what this is?
This is by Titi. You're already here.
Paititi, the hidden city. But what's this eye?
That is a place of death and sacrifice. And you think your artifact is there?
Yes.
No, none who has gone has ever returned.
Of course.
I'd be willing to try.
She spits in the face of certain death.
The cult.
Yes.
Bring him in.
Jonah.
Well, we found this poor sap trying to break into the
You know
city.
this man.
He's my best friend. Abby,
She's fine.
Who else is looking for you?
there's no one else.
I believe we're seeking the same thing. We will bring you to the serpent with the silver eye, but we'll keep your friend here. You won't get very far if you're lying, and he will not be comfortable.
You don't need to do that.
It's fine. I'll stay.
Etzli, get this woman some clothes. Uchu, keep him company.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Listen, we need him here as collateral. That and without the proper clothes.
Pretty nice place.
Quiet.
This is incredible.
What's even more incredible is how detailed this looks. Like, this is probably one of the most realistic environments I've seen. I mean, dude, it's just amazing how well games are being developed these days and how detailed they're looking with this appropriate hardware and these dev kits they're doing their programming on. Just unbelievable. And I always think, like, how could it get any, you know... Oh, I have to go forward.
I don't know your name.
I apologize. As the rebel leader, I have to be careful. I am the rightful queen, Unuratu. Etzli, you still owe me a scouting report.
Yes, Mother. There was one thing this morning.
Yes?
I saw Hakan debating with his neighbor. He seemed angry. As I came near, they suddenly stopped talking. Then they started laughing as if one had told a joke.
He's planning something. Good work.
Thank you, Mother.
What a tough little man.
Hi.
As you can see, secrets don't stay secret for very long in Paititi. If you were to deviate from the plan,
You'd find out quickly. I see that.
I think they took
she's here
Lara's
to help me find something I lost.
hair design with this Unuratu and just changed colors. Look how it looks identical. Alright.
Was Father a scout when he was my age?
He was a hunter.
Was he ferocious?
He could be, but he was also very kind.
Lara wants to go fast, but she can't.
Look around if you wish. I will be in the market across the river when you're ready to find the box of fish shell.
Alright. So... we have a lot of things to do in this town. We're now in the Look at this. Just we've got challenges, murals, caches, treasures, relics. Like look at that. 28 relics, 34 caches. Excuse me. 7 monoliths. 3 tombs. So much stuff to do. So what we're gonna do, and some of this stuff we can't even get until later on in the story. We just can't do it. So I'm gonna try to get. We'll start at the top. I'm gonna try to get as much stuff as I can, just by, from what I remember. Clearly, we just got 2 items right here. This is unlocking more stuff to find. Yeah, some of this stuff was just driving me bonkers. Like, why can't I get this? Like, where the hell is this? And it's like, oh, you can't go that way yet. Like, oh, god damn it. Like, I just want to go get this stuff so I don't have to go get it later. Here's a cache. There's a bunch of fires around too that we need to keep our eyes peeled for so we can upgrade our skill points. I think we're at enough till we can upgrade again. How many side quests are in this town? There's like 7 side quests or something. It's ridiculous. 10 side missions. Like, holy hell. Alright, so I know there's a collectible or something over here. We're gonna swan dive out of here when we leave. We're not gonna leave just yet. Don't mind this this girl over here just running around. If anything, she's probably being annoying. Like some strange person comes into our village and is just jumping around. Like, we don't jump around here, ma'am. You need to settle down. Alright, we're gonna have to go there later. That's a part of the story, but we can't do that right now. We are gonna keep just keep finding stuff, pretty much. Might be able to decipher this.
I don't understand.
Not yet.
It's almost like a creel.
So you'll be able to tell if we can do it or not very quickly once I hit X. Like, if experience points come up in the left side of the screen, then we know that we can. It's going to be red. If not, we're not proficient enough to figure out what's going on. I do know where that cache is, but we just can't do it right now. All right, we have to do this anyway, so we might as well. There's actually, like, I think a survival cache over here. But it might be a monolith puzzle to solve in order to get it. I don't remember. There's a side quest that starts here, but clearly that doesn't start until later on in the game. Alright, so we gotta discover this base camp.
It's a bit humbling to be here in Paititi. I didn't foresee any of this. I was expecting an ancient place, artifacts, tombs. I just failed to imagine people. I was so focused on the trail of clues, I didn't even stop to wonder. I didn't mean to interfere, but Trinity's here.
Okay, so we just upgraded that, so now we've got everything core in both of these sections, in the warrior section, or the jaguar section, the eagle section, and then we'll do serpent next. Obviously, we can keep upgrading all the way to get everything, even our extra skills, but the only reason we're getting these extra skills, I don't know if it's because of the version I have. Because technically I got the season pass and the pre-order bonus for this, but I think that might be why. I don't know. I can't tell you. Unless I had like the base game to compare. I just don't know. Okay, so this was the first fire we unlocked. So now as you can see, there's like we can get up in this area. But we can't do that yet, so I'm not even gonna. We're not even gonna try. But ordinarily, what we'll end up doing later is we'll climb up this tree branch, and then we'll jump over and scale this wall and get up there. We're not gonna do that right now because we're gonna have to do it later anyway. So no sense to go up there, come back down, then go up there again. It'd be useless backtracking. So I'm gonna trying not to do a lot of unnecessary backtracking. Like I could go over here right now. This will take us back to where we were, but I'm not gonna do that because we'll have to. There's a side quest that's gonna take us back over here. That and I don't think we need to go over there right now. There's one challenge item over there that we could do, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm not too concerned. I'd say you spend a good amount of time of the game here specifically. Like you could spend, I think I spent the first time around well over an hour just exploring this area.
He has them. Enough talking. You lost your dice. Fine. But don't lie about it.
There's a side quest over here we can start. Might as well actually, because this will help get us around town.
I can see him, even if no one else can.
Are you okay?
No. Pisco the Dead took my dice, and no one believes me. But he took them.
A dead man took your dice. Are you sure you didn't lose them?
Ugh, you're as bad as the rest of them.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll tell you what. I'll pay very close attention, and if I see Pisco the Dead, I'll ask for your dice back.
Really? You believe me?
It wouldn't be the first time the dead seemed to speak to me.
It's the subtle little facial cues that Lara has in her interactions that really kind of help bring more breadth and realism to this game. Like, she started to laugh a little bit, really turned off her sarcasm, like that. You tone and like I gotta really applaud. I'm trying to remember the lady's name, the woman that portrays Lara in voice and the mocap that she's done for the last few games is great. She's so good at it and makes it so believable in her delivery. And the developers did such a great job with Lara's face and facial recognition, or face and facial responsiveness to all the dialogue. It's just it's the little attention to detail that really makes the difference. Okay, so there's nothing in here we can do yet. So again, we're just kind of roaming around. I know there's a cache right here. Again, I get a little rumble in my controller when we're near caches, so I have a good idea of how close we are to them. Nothing over here. So this is a little hidden item. Well, maybe not. There are these little, like, waterfall, little wells type of a thing that have, you can dive in them, and they go to these underground tunnels. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta keep my eyes peeled for some of these challenge markers and stuff.
Beautiful.
Hey, here's a merchant we can talk to.
I don't recognize you. What are you doing here? Where did you get that tunic?
It was given to me by Unuratu.
Oh, you are the Queen's guest? I meant no offense. Please, you must forgive me.
It's all right. Don't worry.
How may I help you?
You got wares? I need them. Actually, she doesn't have anything I can use.
The gods favor us both. Very
But
good.
I will sell my
I
stuff.
await your return.
Yeah, she's got nothing I can use. I'm gonna go back here though, and take your. Oh no. All right, so there's a male and a female merchant. The male merchant's over here. Let's see what he's got.
Will you trade? Please. I have barely made enough to offer in tribute.
Tribute to who?
The cult of Kukulkan, of course. They demand half of all profits earned on market day. But if they think I tried to short them...
I understand.
Thank you, Ishiki. Will you trade then?
Serpentwood bow. Another bow. Provides protection from projectiles. See, I don't know what exactly projectiles I'm concerned about here. I don't care about harvesting. So I really don't need anything here. I could buy these bows, sure, just to... But
I'm
the bow I
always
have
ready
right
to
now is
trade.
kicking major ass. So I'm good for now.
Beautiful.
Don't mind the girl that's just running in here knocking shit over. It's like, who's this dumb son of a gun that keeps coming in here and like knocking stuff over? Get rid of her. Like, I know, I'm kind of a dick. Look at this. I'm gonna walk in here just to knock this thing over. Alright, keep in mind, we're looking for condor feathers. Alright, we've been over here before. Nothing in there. Alright, let's go up the stairs. Okay, so another thing we're not going to do right now. There's a tomb and a side quest over there, both of which we're not doing yet. We're going to talk to this guy.
Come to plunder, outsider? Great warriors have failed the challenges. The hidden places offer rich rewards, if you survive.
What are you talking about?
A rite of passage. A test to separate the corn from the stalk. A trial that all cultist warriors must face. Nothing for the likes of you.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
And find the path of battle. See if you and your arrogance can survive it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty pompous and arrogant. So basically, that just revealed a tomb, which is over in this area. So if we go right here, if we go down that way, we'll get to this clearing over here. There's a side quest that's gonna take us here. There's also a tomb, so that's fine. But we're gonna wait and do all of that stuff at one time. Like, I'm not even gonna deal with that right now. There's also a side quest that makes us read that little stone right there. So seriously, I can just run in here and steal this pelt if I had room, which I don't. But I don't have, like, again, the game gives you so much resources, like, it's ridiculous. I have way too many. It's an obscene amount of resources I have.
Taita que tsokol yetelela, ales tiokyo, cautales le wakitamo.
Alright, let's see what's over here. Ooh, actually. Yeah, this town is, this city is humongous. It's so easy to get, like, lost in, like, where you're going and what you need to be doing. I'll frequently be accessing the map to figure out what the hell to do.
Big what?
Oh, nice. We can get this out of the way early. I think there's some ore down here. Yes. Ooh, and a backpack. Yeah, see, this will just start discovering more and more stuff. This took me ages. This was like the very last thing I had to get in the game. This relic. Because I could not figure out for the life of me how the hell to get down here. Because what I ended up doing was I didn't come down far enough. Into that dude's house. Alright, so now we can actually get out of here. Clearly we just stole that dude's treasure from here. Okay, so here's where we're gonna do the first. This is a new challenge. So 3 hanging quipus. Well, that's one of them. I know where the other 2 are. One of them we're not gonna get till later. One of them we'll get whenever we get to it. Probably, I don't know. It's hard to say. Soon. Climb up here, I guess. I think there's a survival cache up here. Maybe some condor feathers. Alright, if we go up here, there's a camp. Alright, nothing. We just found out to discover it. Survival cache. There's actually, we can actually go up here. Ooh, what's this? Ooh. Nice. Now we can actually read Yucatec things. Monoliths, a little bit better. Proficient Yucatec monoliths, it says. Which is yet another reason why we're like reading all this stuff and trying to get as much as we can, so I don't have to do as much monolith backtracking later. But that was a see, that's why you need to rotate the camera all the way around. Lara is not in the appropriate attire to be scaling walls. She needs to be in like scaling attire and stuff like that. There's some just random money just sitting inside here. Not gonna talk to this guy because he talks a while. We're gonna have to go in there eventually, but up until then, I think we can get this
I don't have enough space for that.
Okay. Alright, there's a monolith here.
I can't figure out what this means.
Can't do that yet, apparently. Alright, so here's the secret. We can dive down here. And then we'll pop out on the other side. Oh, here we go. Steal some of this. Well, it's not really stealing, it's just scavenging, I guess, for this ore. It'd be stealing if we walked into somebody's house, which we do enough of that. Is that the only thing that's down here? Looks like it. Yeah, I guess that's the only thing that was in there. Alright, whatever. Machata, 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 machata. They say that a lot. I don't know what that means. I haven't been paying much attention, but they say that a lot running around this town. It's like, and this thing called Quali Quali. I don't know what that means either, but alright, I'm not gonna talk to this guy yet. So I'm just gonna be that weird chick that just walks in here and starts stealing stuff. And we're gonna steal this dude's treasure too. we're a bunch of a-holes. Well, while we're here, right?
Are you Pisco the Dead?
You can see me? At last, Pisco is seen. Are you also dead, Ishiki?
No. So you are Pisco the Dead?
I am Pisco, servant of the gods.
I'm Lara.
Lara. Nice name, Lara. You are not dead.
Neither are you.
Oh, but I am. As a child, I was to be sacrificed. I was brought to the mountain. The ritual was completed, but
But you survived.
only my body. I am dead to all my friends and family. I live by the offerings that are left for me.
I met a boy who says Pisco stole his dice.
Taki? He's the son of a very arrogant noble. He insisted we play a game. He lost. I don't have many things, but I won those dice fair and square. If you want, I'll play you for them. Do you want to play a game?
What's the game?
Talk to 5 people who have been cast out. Hear their wisdom and tell me why Taki lost, and I'll give you the dice.
I can do that.
All right, we gotta go talk to some random people. Well, they're not really random, but we'll find them. I'm gonna. So, here's one of them.
Hello.
Hello, Ishiki. It's rare to see outsiders in the city.
Pisco sent me to speak with you.
Pisco. I like him.
You've seen other outsiders?
Only one. He was handsome, gentle, and kind. We were in love, but our love is forbidden. Outlawed by the cult of Kulkulkan.
That's awful. I'm sorry.
I was sentenced to death, tied to the cliffs and left to die. On the third day, I welcomed death. That's when he found me, the outsider. He freed me and treated my wounds.
Who was he?
I don't know his name. It's been many years, but I still hope to see him again. I often return to the cliffs, near the condor nests, and collect their feathers. They remind me of him.
That's a remarkable story. Thank you for trusting me with it.
Thank you for listening, Ishiki.
Alright. Well, we learned a little bit there. Now, what's really unusual, it's like, you were in love, but you don't even know his name? Like, what the hell is this? Proficient Yucatec monolith. Oh, cool. We
This
can
describes something nearby. Canals bring water to the arid parts of the village, and they washed me away.
Alright, so this is just a matter of following this down here. It's like sitting, yeah, sitting like right out in the open.
All full up. Can't carry anymore.
Alright, well, we got that. Alright, there's another outsider over here. If I go to the map, it'll show where all the outsiders are. I'm just not using it right now. I'm trying to go off memory, number one, and number two, it's a little bit faster instead of having to stop and figure out where all these people are.
Now I serve Ishel in a different way.
Hello. Are you one of the outcasts?
Yes, Ishiki. I'm Chaska.
I'm Lara. Pisco sent me.
Pisco the dead? Sent you to me? Did you lose a game of Patoli?
No. A boy Taki lost his dice. I'm trying to win them back for him. Pisco wanted me to talk to all those who've been cast out before he gives them back to me.
I'm surprised he didn't try to play you for them.
He is.
Ah, well, all I can tell you is this. Like Pisco, I was cast out. I lost my job and my position. But not because of an accident. Because of something I did, and would do again.
What happened?
Do you have any children?
No.
Neither do I. I did not receive the blessing of Ishel. But for my mistress, I was the midwife for her 3 children. I loved them like they were my own, until I lost my position.
What did you do?
I'm a thief, Lara.
What did you steal?
A jade necklace.
Why?
The youngest, Kiara, she saw the necklace while visiting a friend. She took it. They were coming for her. They would have cast her out. She was an only child. I said I took it. My mistress took the necklace from me and threw it on the floor, breaking it. And cast me out instead.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sad for me. I would do it again. Kiara's learned her lesson, and she has a good life. As for me, I serve Ishel now through my weaving, the way my mother taught me. And my Kiara comes to visit me sometimes.
Thank you for sharing that, Chaska. Kiara was lucky to have you.
Be well, Ishiki.
Alright, that was kind of sad. Whenever I hear somebody say, what did you steal, or what did they steal, I immediately think of Lord of the Rings. I think Two Towers, right? Yeah. The Two Towers. If people watching this have never seen Lord of the Rings, go watch it. That's one of the best movie and book series of all time. Iconic. It would be stunning if you still haven't seen these. I know they're really long, like 3 to 4 hours long, but they're so good. Some of my favorite movies of all time. Actually, one of my favorite movies of all time is Return of the King. That movie is just amazing. Anyway, in Two Towers, people who do know, they get captured by Faramir near the end of the movie, probably the last, I would say, the last hour and a half of the movie, probably. And they get taken, and Gollum's with them. And he asks Gollum, because he's like talking to himself, because, you know, that's what he does. And he's like, what did they steal? And he just like says, my precious, and like screams. It's hilarious. Gollum does. So that's immediately what I think of. It's like, what did they steal? Alright, so there's a bunch of stuff down here. There's a cache over here. There's a treasure box over here. I think there's another cache over in this corner. Yep. Pretty sure there's... I'm not gonna get that right now. There's a mural over here. Yeah, okay. I thought so. I think we got everything we need to get over here. Pretty sure. So we can't like cross this bridge. There's this bridge over here. We can't cross that right now. So we can't do that till later. I would say there's 3 parts to the village. We're doing part 1 right now. Part 2 is we'll end up going into that building. And then part 3 is preparation for endgame. Where we do all the loose ends before we'll finish the game. But between now and then, we've got like hours of gameplay to deal with, so. We'll be trying to keep ourselves busy. We gotta talk to this guy. He's one of the outcasts.
Both a blessing and a curse.
Hello. Are you an outcast?
Yes, Ishiki. Hello.
I heard you talking about a white capybara.
Oh, not just one. There are many of them.
Pisco sent me to speak to all those who are cast out. You're a hunter.
I am now. I was once a farmer, but that wasn't the life for me. I felt trapped. Forced to live up to the duties and expectations brought down by my family. I finally refused and went my own way.
And a white capybara was responsible.
No, Ishiki, a herd of them. One night they assaulted my field, trampled everything, but I did nothing to stop them. I just watched. They gave me an idea. A herd of these capybara, all white. What if I could hunt them? What if I could finally get away from the fields?
So you did it.
Best decision I ever made. My father disowned me, gave the farm to my sister, but that's fine with me. I'm a hunter now. They call me Paimo the White.
Thank you for the entertaining story, Paimo.
Thank you, Ishiki.
There's a lot of life lessons, I think, to be learned in this side quest. This is a very very interesting side mission. The game basically forces you to do. Because it kind of gives different perspective that, hey, you know, just because your parents want you to do something, you know, for the rest of your life, doesn't mean you need to do that, right? Like that guy said, he's like, I was destined to be a farmer. I didn't really want to do that. But it's like I can't just, you know, not do it. But he was like, you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna be a hunter. Like it seems more entertaining to me, and that's what I want to do. So he did. You know, his relationship with his family's not the best anymore, but I don't know. I guess that's just one thing you think about. Like, your happiness should come first in most, if not all, situations. If you can't be happy, or if you're not happy with your life, then, you know, do something about it. Alright, we need to pull 5 of those. Those are easy to miss. Alright, we're not going down there yet, because that'll get us further along in the story. We're not ready to do that yet. There's a dude I was supposed to talk to over here. So we just gotta keep our eyes peeled for more things to pull down. There's just so much stuff to do, like, in this town, like from challenges to collecting items to just all sorts of stuff. Ooh, we can actually go down there. That's probably some more ore. First things first. Alrighty. Some of these come out in a different area too. Look, there's a fire up there. Oh, nice. Alright, I know where we're at now. We were already in here. Oh, I gotta talk to this guy.
It can't be an Alush. It has to be those children.
Is something wrong?
Huh? Oh, yes. Something is terribly wrong. Every morning, I wake up and everything in my house has been moved.
You said something about an Aluch.
Oh, no, you too? Alush aren't real. It's the children. They enjoy tormenting me.
You could block the entry, then they couldn't get in.
I tried that. They still found a way in. Maybe I should just move.
That seems a little extreme. Hey, whatever, it's his life. He's the one getting his stuff stolen, so whatever works for him, I guess. Alright, I thought there was another one of those pull downs somewhere around here. I know there's a survival cache, like, right here.
All full up. Can't carry any more.
This one's not easy to find, like, on your own. You'd have to just find it randomly. Wouldn't it seem like there's something in this room? Actually, we're gonna have to come in here later. That's right. We're gonna get like caught and we're gonna have to run, and yeah, it's gonna be complicated. All right. Like I helped tell us where the capybara is if we wanted it. And we've collected almost everything. We have to talk to one more person. I know where it is too. Finish it. We'll finish the side quest and then we'll keep going with the main quest. I might take a break too for a little bit, eat and come back maybe. Still, what time is it? Okay, it's not getting that late. I started this a little earlier today. Oh shoot! What the hell is that? Aha! See, I didn't see the rope. I saw the actual frog. That's what prompted me to go pull that. All right. Again, these frogs aren't the hardest to find, but again, if you don't keep your eyes open for this kind of stuff, you just won't find it. But I would highly encourage for items like this to just keep hitting your survival instincts and just look around above your head. That's probably the best advice I could give to finding these challenges, because it's pretty self-explanatory. Like there's a frog one right up here, like on top of this building. But again, I would have never seen that if I wasn't like paying attention. Such simple living these people have, right? I mean, they're in a city in the middle of nowhere. They have to be self-sufficient, so I give them mad props for being able to do all this. Here's another one. These ones are a little easier to find because of the way the frog is it's very purple. So purple is really gonna stand out. Alright, we finished that challenge, that's done. Wanted to get that done and over with. What we're gonna do now, we're just gonna jump up here. And up here and back to business. Oh, here we go. Yeah, a lot of these places have... Ooh, what the hell? Have things to grab, but some of them don't. See, here's another one of these. This is actually a big secret. This will take us to a tomb, I believe. But we're not going to go in there yet. I think. Yeah, see? Yellow paint. We could go in the tomb. Well, I don't know. I'll have to come back in here anyway, so I'm not going to do the tomb right now. I will discover this here, because this will be easier to just warp to later. So yeah, I could go to this tomb right now, but I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna have to come into this little area over here and do like a side quest. So I'm not gonna do that right now. The only way to go to this is to dive underneath that, like underneath this well. It's the only way to get there. It's very interesting. I wonder if I can read this now. If we can't read it, I think it'll... Oh, I already did that one. What am I thinking? Being stupid. I thought there was a frog thing, like, over here. I think there is. Alright, well, we gotta talk to this guy anyway.
They said I'm a liar and not to believe anything I say.
Hello? Pisco sent me.
Ah, did he?
Did you say you were cast out for lying?
No, Ishiki. I was cast out for telling the truth. That was my mistake.
What happened?
Should I say I've never seen an outsider? If no one believes the truth, it never happened.
What outsiders?
They dress in black and have strange weapons. They hide gold. I told the cult about the gold and the outsiders. They cast me out for lying. Lying? The gold was for them. One day, the cult will be exposed for its hypocrisy.
So what do you do now?
I lost everything, Ishiki. My position, power, reputation. But it took me losing all that to finally see. I had no purpose, no calling.
And you found one?
Yes. I serve the future by protecting the past. Queen Unuratu's line are the rightful rulers of Paititi, not the cult of Kukulkan. Everything I see, everything I hear, everything I know now helps the rebellion.
A worthy cause.
I send people to steal the gold shipments the outsiders deliver from time to time. They never change the drop-off point.
Sounds like you're making a difference in a lot of people's lives. Thank you for sharing. It was nice talking with you.
You too, Ishiki.
Alright, to give a little perspective on this guy's story, he's not lying, right? He's 100% accurate. The people that he is referring to are like Rourke and his team. The actual mercenaries hired by Trinity. So when these people come to town, which is quite frequently, clearly, this guy saw them, and when he told the cult, because the cult is also Trinity, they were like, shut the hell up, like, because they didn't want that, you know, kind of information getting out, like, hey, we got, so now he's helping the rebellion with that problem, which is worthy, right? Sometimes it's not a good thing to, you know, just because you do the right thing doesn't mean it was gonna make a difference. Although it clearly did.
The outcasts need only an ear to share their stories.
I still have another one to find? I thought I found them all. Where's this last one at? Oh, like way down there. Oh, I don't think I could have done this one until the last. This one's a little confusing because this lady like roams around. Oh, shit. Yeah, I gotta keep my eyes open for one of those frogs. I don't know nothing about no frogs. What's the 411?
Come see what I have to trade.
Yeah, another trader.
Hello.
Hello. You're Lara, aren't you? Pisco sent you.
He did.
I'm Moreika. That was the second time I heard your name today, Lara. The cultists are talking about you. You're the one who started the cleansing. The one who found the key of Shakshel.
I am.
Oh, don't feel bad, child. The cleansing was long overdue. It must be decided. Do we continue or begin again?
That's not an easy decision.
Did you hear that, Rimac? Deciding the fate of the world is not easy. I like this one. You're right, Lara. It isn't. And if the cult of Kukulkan decides, they will enslave us all and call it protection. Won't they, Rimac? He doesn't talk much. The cult is acting out of fear.
Fear of what?
Fear of the outside. Fear of change. But the same threats that are outside are in all of us. Fear is the enemy, not change. Change is the only constant. But look at me rambling on, Rimac. The lady must want to buy something to help in her search.
So this lady and this dude like moves around. Now, the only way you know where these people are is you gotta listen for this guy banging on his drums because it's a very distinct sound. Look at, she's got a gun. Like, okay. I'll buy this outfit though. This might be helpful.
Thank you.
I've got plenty of money. So what she was saying is 100% true. The cult of Kukulkan is led by Amaru, as we'll find out here in a few minutes, or Dr. Dominguez, as we know him in Trinity. He comes and goes, right, trying to do his own thing, but ultimately he came from this village, and he's the one that's been looking for this key in the box for years and years. And he's actually, now that he's the leader of Trinity, so he's been the one trying to find all this stuff. Different chapters do different things. Oh, nice, there's that last frog. Alright. But the reason that he wants to... I think he was going to take the key anyway and do the cleansing. But I don't know, right? That's what he was kind of alluding to at the beginning of the game, was that it's like, you would have done the same thing. You would have taken the key. It's like, well, he might not have because he knows what the key was going to do, whereas Lara did not have an idea what it was going to do. She just took it. But no matter what, the cleansing was going to start. Now, whether or not it was going to start quickly, he could have maybe like wrapped it up. But if that key was ever moved at any point in time, something was going to happen. That tsunami was going to happen, earthquake, and we'll find out later, as the story continues, like what's going on with the specific, with the box and this area, like what's been happening over the years.
Pisco?
You've already spoken to them, haven't you?
I have.
But you still don't see it.
They all had hope.
You need to do better than that if you want to win the game, Lara. Hope is one thing, but all those who have been cast out have thrived in their new lives despite their circumstances.
Even you, Pisco.
Well, I am the best Patoli player Paititi has ever known. Not bad for a dead man.
Not bad at all.
So again, what did you learn?
I learned that sacrifice can make your life better. That you shouldn't be constrained by the legacy of your family. You can find your own path. Love is stronger than death, and you need to believe in something greater than yourself. But ultimately, you can't control everything. It's what you make of your situation that defines you.
Well said, Lara. You're sure you're not dead? Taki thinks he lost his dice because he was unlucky. But it's not the throw of the dice that wins the game. It's the skill of the player.
I see that now.
What did you think of Moreka, the outcast?
She was expecting me. She seemed to know quite a bit about me.
Ah, she knows a lot about everything, Ishiki. She has the most wondrous items in her shop. Artifacts known only to the gods.
I saw.
You were lucky you found her. She often travels outside of Paititi, gathering inventory.
She seemed the most optimistic.
Of course she is. We have a saying in Paititi. We all create destiny. We don't choose our circumstances, only our actions. A lesson my friend Taki needs to learn. Well played.
Thank you, Pisco. I'll bring the dice back to Taki.
That was a good side quest. Well, obviously it's not done yet, but, well, just keep getting more skill points. That's all this is about, really. Eventually, we'll get enough skill points where it won't even make a difference, right? We'll have an overabundance, and it won't matter. Just don't mind the girl coming around knocking stuff over. This is the only house she walks through. It's very interesting. Okay, I need to go find what's his ass. Mr. Bongo's over here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, we're gonna go talk to Taki, and then I'm gonna check the map real quick. There's a relic here to the right. Probably go grab that real quick. Yeah, it's in here. Take that gold. Alright, yeah, we've gotten almost everything that I am aware of. We missed this relic, but that's not a big issue. We can always get back to that later. Still, we have a tomb, right? So, high diving. We have one more that we can do that in the tomb. It's not a big. We can do that anywhere, really. We're gonna wrap up this side quest. There's a bunch of collectibles over here. We just didn't get to them yet, so we'll have to backtrack anyway because there's a fire over here that we didn't even. And there's another side quest. So I'm gonna wrap up the side quest, and then I'm gonna go probably up to that fire over in Unratu's house, and then we're gonna call it good for this chunk, and I'll probably come back and stream a little later. I just want to eat. I took that nap like right after work, so I didn't even eat yet.
I found your dice, Taki.
Oh, thank you.
Didn't you say Pisco stole your dice?
Everyone knows Pisco steals.
According to him, you wanted to play a game and you lost.
He wouldn't let me play again. Just one more roll and I would have won.
Pisco wanted you to know.
It's not the throw of the dice that wins the game. It's the skill of the player. Now that I have my dice back, I can practice more. Thanks again, Ishiki.
That was quite the side quest. We went from talking to this boy, to talking to somebody else, to talking to 5 other people, to going back to Pisco, and then eventually coming all the way back here to get this dude this day. Like, such a long side quest that was. Or very tiresome, rather. Like, there was just a lot of running around to do. There's a cache right across the river here. Oh, there is. This is what happens when you play this game like a lot, like within the same amount of time. I'll tell you what though, after I'm done with this game, I'm gonna need to be taking a break. No more of Tomb Raider. I'm in the middle of a few different games right now. This is I'm recording this at the end of September 2018. Right now I'm playing I'm in the middle of a bunch of different games right now. But one game I've been playing is Octopath Traveler on the Nintendo Switch. I'm probably about maybe a quarter of the way through it. I mean, not that far. I haven't even unlocked all the characters in that yet, but nice. We found some more stuff. We're actually gonna grab that right now. Just fall here in the water and just go pick it up. But I need to get back to that. I've been trying to play it off and on. Since it's an RPG, there's a lot of good places to kind of stop and start. And you know, RPGs take a really long time to play through, typically. Like that game's gonna be like a 40 hours. So I've played I think like 6 or so hours into it now. But I really don't want to. Oh, I gotta be really careful not to trigger that. But I gotta get back to that. I gotta wrap that game up. I have a problem with I start a bunch of these really long games and then I don't finish them. So this was a different example. Playing a game like this, it's really hard to put it down. And like the new Spider-Man game that came out, I didn't even put that. I played that game nonstop for like 3 or 4 days. Like that game I could not put down. It was so much fun. It was so involving. And Octopath is good. It's just, again, with RPGs, it's a lot, like, there's good places to stop and start and pick back up and manage the way you want to play. But, so, I've got to play that through that. I try to, about, like, once every other year or so, play through Ocarina of Time, Zelda on N64. I started it, like, God, near the end of 2016, I want to say. Or no, that's not right. End of 2017, before I moved. I was living in an apartment before this, and I moved to a house about 5 miles down the road. So now and since I moved, I've yet to get back to Zelda and finish that game. Now, my objective with playing this playthrough, I've beaten Ocarina of Time many, many times. My objective this time around is to beat the game and don't die. So on the main screen it'll say 000 when I'm all said and done. But I am collecting hearts and getting collectibles and things like that. Just I'm not getting everything. I did a 100% run of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Like I got every Skulltula, got every heart piece. I actually made myself a guide on that too. Did a bunch of different stuff to get prepared for that, and it was very, very long, and I really do not want to go back and do something like that again anytime soon. So this playthrough, I'm just casually playing through it, whatever. But I haven't gone back to it in like a year. I really need to get back to it. Coming up, it'll be October, November. Usually in October, November, I like to play through Link to the Past again, since that's my favorite Zelda, and run through that. So that'll be coming up soon. But I can usually beat that game on, depending on if I'm going to do a challenge run, which I might. We'll see. I can usually beat that game within a week. Playing a few hours a day for like 5 days, I could beat that game. It's not very long, and it's, especially like when you know where everything is and what to do, it's super duper simple. But it's just a lot of fun.
Nearby. A lone sentry stands guard over me and his harvest.
Alright, I know where this is. It's over here. The lone sentry is this
This'll be useful.
scarecrow. And his harvest, clearly, there's a bunch of plants. Alright, that document to the left we can't get, but I think we can get this survival cache here, so we're gonna go that way. Towards it. Yeah, it's inside. We have to rip open this door. And again, you need to upgrade your knife to like level 2 or level 3 knife in order to get this, to rip open these doors, because...
All full up. Can't carry any more.
Because ordinarily you wouldn't be able to to rip open that door. But I gotta continue playing. I started the first Blood Omen a while, like last year. I haven't got back to that. I started Donkey Kong Country like into when I think it was into 2017, beginning of that. That game is just, it feels so grindy. It just feels like you're running around and you have to do so much like backtracking and stuff. It's kind of tedious. So I've really been not wanting to get back to that very quickly. But I need to finish that game. I started the Uncharted collection on PS4 not too long ago. But I'm trying to get through all that, get all the trophies, and just kind of run through that. And then eventually I'll play Uncharted 4, since I haven't played that one yet. That should be coming up relatively soon. Wrapping that up. I didn't record footage for that run through. What I'm going to end up doing is I'll come back to all the Uncharteds eventually. And I'm going to play on brutal difficulty. Now, that is not to be taken lightly. When I played through the original 1, 2, and 3 the first time around, I played it on very hard, which was the best option presented, because the hardest difficulty on the PS3 versions of Uncharted was crushing. So I had played it on the second hardest difficulty, or the hardest difficulty available. I beat it, and then I never went back and played through on crushing. So then I got these games on PS4, and Blue Point Games added an additional difficulty called Brutal on top of after crushing. So crushing was already available. So I'm like, well, I might as well just play this on crushing to start with, since it's the hardest difficulty ever prior to Brutal. So eventually I'll go back on Brutal, and then I'll probably do some streams, and it'll probably be a lot of dying and pretty hard, but at least it'll be, it'll be doable. So I gotta get back to that. I started like Splinter Cell 1. I got the HD editions of 1, or Chaos Theory, and Pandora Tomorrow. That's a series I'd really like to get back to and play through. I've got to get back to that. That's been on the way back burner for a couple years.
I would go. Only I can't abandon my post here, and time is running short. It would mean a lot to Queen Unuratu and the rebellion.
What's going on? Alright. So we're not going to upgrade because it's going to be irrelevant. But I think this is where we're going to take a break for now. I'm going to end this part, upload this, get this all fleshed out. I might come back to this game later on. I will definitely be getting back to this game. It's not a matter of if I will, it's a matter of when. But for now, quick recap. We wrapped up that Path of the Dead. We got our way all the way into the Hidden City, and we just pretty much explored the Hidden City as much as we can for now. When I come back to this, we're gonna continue on with the story, and if we unlock any additional side quests, we might do that as well. So for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.